Oh, I know. I wish I had like this Seinfeld bass line play whenever I walk in the room. Boop, 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 boop. All right, guys. So I hear yesterday's OJS class was a rollicking good time, or perhaps a little bit difficult, it sounds like. Mia and Tom and I had a conversation last night about how it was maybe a little bit tricky, and maybe a little bit is maybe a little bit of an understatement for some of you. And that's okay. So this class, I rewrote the lesson plan a little bit so that this class has some more sort of reviewy stuff and goes at a bit of a slower pace, and hopefully by the end of this, we'll be more or less on the same page. But there's also some stuff in here about just how all of this stuff fits together. So like Express and object-oriented JavaScript and Node and everything. We'll be talking about that too. Because it sounds like maybe that wasn't necessarily so clear. So that's going to be part of the lesson plan today. But to start off with, I'm just going to have you guys do something on your own for 10 minutes. And that is going to be, well, first off, so what we're actually doing in this class is adding, let's see, yesterday we added read to tuner, and now we're going to be adding CRUD. So create, update, delete to tuner. So yesterday you used this repo, I think, which is one, let's see, I think you used this one. And this uses that ORM called Sequelize that you guys talked a little bit about yesterday. Today you're going to be using a different repo, actually, which is going to be yet another tuner repo. This one is just like the other one, except it's in Mongo instead of Sequelize. The reason we're switching is because we're not really doing anything with Sequelize this class. And this way you have a Mongo app that works perfectly fine, so you can refer to that later on. But even though the backend is completely different on this app, all of the JavaScript you wrote yesterday should still work perfectly fine with it. So you still interface with this backend the exact same way, at least from a front-end perspective. So you shouldn't really need to change anything. But just in case, I'm going to ask that for the first 10 minutes of this class, we're going to go through it together and sort of get it set up based on what you went over yesterday. It's kind of a reviewy sort of thing of OJS 1. But for the first 10 minutes of the class, I'm going to ask that you, 1, set up the repo. So the instructions are in the lesson plan, which I slacked out. And 2, go through this little turn and talk in here, which is just covering some stuff that we haven't really gone over yet with respect to single-page apps, and also just a couple other little JavaScript-y things. So you're going to have until, let's say, 9:15 to do those things. Now, this is a turn and talk, so ideally you'd be sitting next to someone else. So I'm going to ask right now that if you're not sitting next to someone, you sit next to someone. So Mia/Elise and Chase/Davis. Pretend like you like each other. Nah. Back in my day, we didn't have space. My office was a closet, and I just sat in there. And actually, my office is still a closet. Like in my apartment, where I do all my programming, is literally a closet because it's an apartment. It's actually kind of cozy. It's like my bat cave. All right, y'all. So 10 minutes to do that. The link is in Slack, and just go ahead and go through that, get it all set up, make sure the app is running all pretty, and then we'll pick back up at 9:15. Any questions? Cool. How are you guys feeling music-wise today? I've got Beethoven open, but I'm not sure I'm feeling Beethoven. Say what? This is very serious. That's